On May 6, 2025, the world awoke to unexpected news. President Trump announced a ceasefire with Yemen's Houthi rebels. This surprise truce, brokered by Oman, marked a potential turning point in the long and bloody conflict. The Yemen war, often called a forgotten war, has raged for years. It has created a humanitarian catastrophe, with millions displaced and facing starvation. The truce offered a glimmer of hope for peace. However, this hope came with a shadow of uncertainty, particularly for America's closest ally in the region, Israel. The truce primarily focuses on halting U.S. involvement in the conflict. It dictates an end to U.S. airstrikes against Houthi targets within Yemen. This concession was a key demand from the Houthi side. In return, the Houthis agreed to stop their attacks on American vessels navigating the Red Sea. These attacks, often targeting oil tankers and cargo ships, have disrupted international shipping lanes and escalated tensions in the region. The Red Sea is a crucial waterway for global trade, and its security is paramount for many countries. The agreement's limited scope quickly became a point of contention. While it addressed U.S. interests, it notably excluded any mention of Israel. This omission was not an oversight. The Houthi rebels, backed by Iran, have repeatedly targeted Israeli interests in the region. They view Israel as an enemy and have vowed to continue their attacks. Mohammed Abdul Salam, a Houthi spokesperson, confirmed this stance, stating that their operations against Israeli targets would continue unabated. This exclusion of Israel from the truce raised immediate red flags in Jerusalem, signaling a potential shift in the regional power dynamics. Just days before the truce announcement, a Houthi missile struck near Israel's Ben Gurion Airport. The attack sent shockwaves through the country. 8 people were injured, and air travel was severely disrupted. This attack, the first of its kind to directly target Israel's main international airport, highlighted the growing reach and capabilities of the Houthi rebels. It also exposed the vulnerability of Israel to attacks from Iran's proxies in the region. Israel's exclusion from the US-brokered truce only amplified these anxieties. The government in Jerusalem expressed its surprise and deep concern over the agreement. Israeli officials, speaking on condition of anonymity, revealed that they were not given any advance notice of the ceasefire. This lack of communication was perceived as a snub and fueled suspicions that the U.S. was prioritizing its own interests at the expense of Israel's security. The timing of the truce further exacerbated Israel's concerns. The country was already on edge, grappling with escalating tensions in Gaza and the ever-present threat from Hezbollah in Lebanon. Israel had recently launched airstrikes on Sanaa's airport and Yemen's Hodeidah port in retaliation for the Ben Gurion attack, inflicting significant damage. The truce, coming on the heels of this operation, seemed to undermine Israel's efforts to deter further Houthi aggression. The truce with the Houthis cannot be viewed in isolation. It is inextricably linked to the complex geopolitical chessboard of the Middle East, where Iran plays a pivotal role. Iran has been a staunch supporter of the Houthi rebels, providing them with weapons, funding, and technical expertise. This support has enabled the Houthis to withstand years of conflict and pose a significant threat to Saudi Arabia and its allies, including Israel. The timing of the truce, coinciding with the ongoing US-Iran nuclear talks, raised questions about Tehran's influence on the agreement. Some analysts speculate that Iran may have pressured the Houthis to de-escalate tensions with the US as a bargaining chip in the nuclear negotiations. By demonstrating its ability to control its proxies, Iran could be seeking leverage to extract concessions from the US. This interpretation suggests that the truce, while seemingly focused on Yemen, could be part of a broader Iranian strategy to advance its regional interests. The US, for its part, continues to maintain its maximum pressure campaign against Iran. This policy, initiated during the Trump administration, aims to cripple Iran's economy through sanctions and diplomatic isolation. However, the truce with the Houthis, seen by some as a concession to Iran, has muddied the waters. It remains unclear whether this move signals a softening of the US stance towards Iran, or a tactical maneuver within a larger strategic framework. The surprise truce with the Houthis has ignited a debate about the future of US policy in the Middle East. Some experts argue that this agreement marks a significant shift in strategy, moving away from traditional alliances and towards direct engagement with non-state actors. This approach, they argue, prioritizes immediate conflict resolution over long-term strategic considerations. Others contend that the truce is merely a tactical maneuver, aimed at de-escalating tensions in a volatile region while pursuing other strategic objectives such as containing Iran's nuclear ambitions. They argue that the US remains committed to its allies, including Israel, and that the truce should not be interpreted as a sign of abandonment. The long-term implications of the truce for regional stability and Israeli security remain uncertain. The agreement's exclusion of Israel has created a dangerous precedent, potentially emboldening the Houthis and their Iranian backers to escalate attacks against the Jewish state. Moreover, the truce's focus on US interests while neglecting the concerns of regional allies could erode trust and undermine future cooperation. The situation in the Middle East remains fluid and unpredictable. The truce with the Houthis is just one piece in a complex puzzle. Only time will tell what impact this agreement will have on the region's intricate web of alliances, rivalries, and conflicts. However, one thing is certain: the stakes are high and the consequences of miscalculation could be dire.